So I'm recording. So, okay. So it says recording. So hopefully, fingers crossed it is. Okay. So this is for our video recording for week 9. We have Jessica, who's a young woman with 3 children, who's had her 4th child now and is coming in to see a counselor, most likely suffering from some postpartum depression. So we're going to visit with Jessica.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so Jessica, is you want to come on in and have a seat and visit with me for a little bit?
Sure, thank you.
Okay. So my name is Sheila. I'm gonna, I see that you've made an appointment to come in. Your OBGYN had referred you to me. So do you just want to tell me a little bit about why you've come in to see me today?
Sure. So I had a baby about 5 months ago, and I really expected it to be this like great, best time of my life. You know, you see everyone holding their babies like happy in magazines, and all my friends have always said great things about their pregnancy and having their baby. And I just, from talking to my OBGYN, I just have not been having those same feelings. I feel like I've been having a lot of anxiety and a lot of negative thoughts about my baby, unfortunately. And she thought it'd be good that I talk to you and kind of sort through it a little bit, just to make sure that everything was okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I just want to ask you a few questions to kind of get a little bit of history on you, sort of find out a little bit more about you. So is this your first baby?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. So and a planned pregnancy?
No.
No. Okay. So and you have an involved partner? The dad is your husband or
Yeah,
a
I'm
partner?
married. We've been married a couple of years.
Okay. And so were you planning on having children ever, or was this just a...
Maybe at some point, but
Okay.
there was not in the plans at this exact moment.
Okay. And so it was started from the very beginning, was kind of an unplanned, but eventually, I mean, it's not that you were completely opposed to having children, but
Yeah.
okay, but just maybe not as prepared as you would have hoped to be.
Yeah, that's true. Like we're in the middle of like buying a new house. A lot had to be done, kind of in between jobs, like a lot of stressors that I would like to maybe had worked out prior to having a kid. But I mean, I'm married, so I feel good that I have a partner at home. I mean, that's definitely a plus.
Okay, good. And are you home with the baby all the time, or are you back
All
to
the time.
work?
Yeah,
You're home all the time. Okay. I kind of got that. You're all the time home. I mean, are you a career person? Were you planning on going back to work, or?
I was before, but then I realized how expensive daycare was, and it just made more sense for me to be staying home at this point in time until like maybe school for the kid.
So lots of big changes. Not exactly a planned pregnancy, but still a good thing. Just a little earlier than you expected, but a big change in your life, especially not going back to work and home with a little one, and then all the stresses that go along with having a new baby in the home, financial and
Yeah.
Okay. What about your physical health? Did you have a good delivery? Everything normal there?
It was okay. I had gone to the classes. I was pretty good with my OBGYN care and my follow-up care and all of that. So I kind of had an idea what to expect. It wasn't terrible or traumatic or anything like that. I don't know, I just felt like after the fact, like having the baby, things would just be great. And I just find myself like super fat and stressed out like crazy. And I didn't shrink back like all my friends did. So I don't fit any of my clothes.
Okay. So it sounds like you kind of had an idea in your head of what the whole pregnancy and birth and the ideal recovery would be like, back to your old self again, and it hasn't quite followed that same pattern.
Yeah, no. And I feel like also from like seeing how like friends and family have gone through it, I feel like I'm just not on that same path. Like I'm not doing as well as everybody else has been doing. And then mentally, I just feel like I'm not as happy as everyone else has been about their pregnancies and babies.
Okay. And what about sleep? Are you able to rest, or are you?
No, I try to let my husband get the rest because he has like the job and I'm home all the time. So it's kind of, I'm breastfeeding. So it's still at this point. So I'm up pretty frequently with that.
Okay. So just not enough sleep, full responsibility for a little one, just lots of stressors.
Yeah.
Also kind of comparing yourself, kind of to the ideal mom or the ideal pregnancy. I mean, that's sort of a difficult comparison to make. I mean, we think that it's all going to work out perfectly, and then when we're in the midst of it, sometimes we find that it's not as easy as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, not as easy.
Okay. All right. And so tell me a little bit about your little one. What is it, a little boy or a little girl, or?
It's a little girl.
Okay. And are you enjoying some of that, being a mom with the little one, or?
Yeah, there are parts of it I enjoy, but I'm finding myself really stressed out and constantly having these thoughts that I'm going to drop her, or when I'm walking up the stairs, I'm going to drop her, I'm going to forget to feed her. Like, I'm having a lot of anxiety about like caring for her, being a good mom, like being the mom that, everyone expects me to be and that I expect myself to be. And I feel like that's definitely adding pressure on me, and I'm just not figuring out how, like, I'm just getting super stressed out all the time about it. And instead of enjoying it more, I feel like it's kind of becoming like a negative thing right now. It's not as happy as I hoped it would be.
Okay. So sounds like lots of expectations that you had about how you were going to be or how it should be, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have support people in your life, a mom or sisters, good friends, or?
Yeah, I do. I mean, my husband's family is not very involved at all. They're kind of like, it's your baby, like it's your problem. My family is a little better, but my sisters have kids too, so it's like a lot to put on them to ask for help. I feel like I don't live that close to them.
Okay.
So it's really out of the way if I did need the help. So
Okay.
it's kind of tough too.
Okay. So kind of doing all this on your own,
Yeah.
trying to.
I have been there, but I feel like I'm like 99% of the person doing everything.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to let you know, Jessica, that a lot of what you're experiencing is what a lot of women experience after having a baby. So, I mean, although it is definitely something, I mean, I know that you're going through, it's not totally abnormal, but it is also something that we really need to work on, because your time with your baby should be a pleasant time. And we want, it's important for you to enjoy your baby, but it also to take care of yourself and to be able to rest and, feel confident in your ability to care for your baby. So just kind of wanted to put that out there. I don't know that, how much information you have about, sort of your feelings after having a baby, but just, not want you to feel like, oh gosh, everybody did it so well, and now here I am failing.
That's
So,
how I feel.
okay. Oh, I hate to hear that. So, okay, well, there's hope. I just want you to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So,
Yeah.
So tell me what you would like to be able to do. I mean, what would feel like a good fit for you and your baby and your family?
A good fit. I guess just having some more help. Like,
Okay.
After talking to you, and I feel like I'm stating that I just feel like overwhelmed and I've got a lot going on. I think it'd probably be good for me to get maybe back into some stuff for myself, to have some me time, to just maybe to de-stress. So when I come back to like being with my daughter, that it's a more positive time, so I don't feel drained all the time.
Okay. Just having, even if it means maybe your husband helping a little bit, or your sisters, maybe even inviting your sisters over, or going over to their house and maybe all of you walking together or getting out for a little bit. Or is that something that you think you would be able to do?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And they're both teachers. So during the summer, I would be able to probably have more help from them if I was to drive to them and be in their area and stuff.
Okay. Just kind of wondering about a schedule, just, sometimes I know when you have a little one, it just seems like one day kind of blends into the next, and oh, did I take a shower today? When's the last time I brushed my teeth? So just kind of, wondering about, how about maybe a schedule, some things that, maybe you can say, okay, this morning I'm going to get up, my husband, before he goes to work, I'm going to shower so he can hold the baby. I mean, is that something that we might be able to work on?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. And also we have an awesome support group for new moms, you're able to bring your baby with you to the group, and just kind of have time with other moms so that you're not feeling so alone. You're able to share your experiences, and I think really importantly to hear from other mothers, what they're experiencing, so you recognize that there are other ladies out there that are not super mom, and that maybe your experience isn't so different from so many other girls.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I'd be up for that.
Okay, so I think maybe I'd like maybe next week come back in, and maybe we can just talk about this week what you did, like every day, one little thing for you, whether it's getting a shower that morning or taking 15 minutes to walk around the block. As the weather gets better, putting the little one in the stroller and taking her along with you. Just something I'd like you to just keep track of that during the week, and so that we can kind of see your progress. I think maybe that might be just a little boost to you as well, seeing that you're setting a goal and then meeting that goal each day.
All right, I can do that. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Okay, well, we'll see you next week then.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Super.
Bye.
Okay, so we'll keep going.
Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're walking in.
Yep.
So, hi Jessica, good to see you again. Come on in.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shut the door behind us for a little bit of privacy. Go ahead and have a seat. Would you like some water, coffee, or tea before we start?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay. Would you prefer me to call you Jess or Jessica? What would you like to go by?
Jess is fine.
Okay, Jess, sounds good. Well, I know last time I met with you, we went over the informed consent and then we had signed it. Do you have any questions about that since our last session?
No, I've read through everything, and I think I understand what you require.
Okay, that sounds great. So what brings you today? How are you doing right now?
Well, I just feel hopeless. I haven't slept in a week. This is the first day I've put on clean clothes. I just feel terrible. I don't know. I thought once this baby was born, I'd start getting back in shape. I was looking forward to going back to work, and it just seems like I don't have any energy. I just, I have a plan when I get up in the morning, and then, oh, look, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a sink full of dirty dishes and nothing for supper. And I haven't done anything that I planned to do for the day.
Okay, well, it seems like you're a little overwhelmed. You got a lot going on. That's completely normal, completely normal. About 85% of women after having pregnancy definitely have some postpartum blues, we call it. So you're not alone, 100% not alone, and we'll kind of work through it today and try to get you into a better page moving forward. I'm glad that you put on some new clothes. That's definitely a positive. We're going to keep moving in a good direction with that. You had mentioned that you were exercising before. What were you doing before that kind of was helping you with your mood and kind of your you time? What were you doing before the baby?
Well, I was walking every day. I'd get up and I'd get around, I had a path. I walked every day, like an hour, and had some other ladies that I didn't necessarily know, but, I'd see them and I'd say hello to them every day. And, it was just nice to see the same people every day. And so I just haven't, I don't know, I just feel really uncomfortable about taking the baby out. I'm afraid somebody might kidnap her. If I turn my back for a second,
Okay.
Is someone going to steal her out of the stroller? And then my husband would probably divorce me, and then my family would disown me. And
Okay.
then I just couldn't deal with that.
We'll definitely work on that. What if we had you going for walks with a group of people that you already got to know, so you're in a safe environment with people that would all be there to support you, protect you, be there for you?
Well, I think that would work. I just can't get it's like I have that plan in my head, and then like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Dr. Phil is on, and nothing's done, and then the day's over, and I just feel terrible because I know I need to get up and do stuff. I know my fears aren't really rational, but I just can't seem to get out the door and do what I need to do.
A lot of that could be related to the fact that you said you weren't sleeping that well. Do you have any support at home with helping to care for the baby so that you can be getting good sleep to be energized, to want to wake up and do those types of things?
Well, I mean, my husband's awesome. He would, he works nights and, he always comes home and says, go lay down for a couple hours, just sleep really good. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. I'll do it. I'll do it. I can't do that. I can't do that. I just feel like I don't want to put that on him. And, I'm not filling my role if the poor guy works all night and then he comes home to take care of a baby. And I mean, people offer, I have great friends through my church and in the neighborhood, but I mean, I just feel like I'm failing as a mom if I have to have people come in and help me do what I'm supposed to be doing on my own.
Yeah, absolutely not failing. 100% not failing. I feel like it takes a community to raise little ones. So if you're trying to do it all, that is great. But most people cannot. They usually need help from family, friends. It's great that you have your church and people in the neighborhood too that would be willing to come together for you. But in order for you to care best for your baby, to be everything that the baby's going to need, you have to also care for yourself. So really important that we're getting you good sleep, and really important that you're taking care of yourself and all the things you need so that you can be the best mom you can be for your baby. So that's definitely an important part. So I think we can focus a little more on that. And it's not being a failure. It's completely normal. And I think that would be helpful for you you'll have more energy, be more motivated and ready to go for the day. I think if you're getting some solid sleep and just doing some great self-care. Is there anything right now that you are doing for yourself that is helping you, like self-care wise?
Well, I think coming to see you, I wasn't going to come today. My husband's like, no, no, go, please go. And so I know that's really important to stay connected. It helped me a lot while I was pregnant. And so, my inclination is always to cancel the appointment. And so I think, just even to have this, 30 minutes or 45 minutes a week to come in and just sort of, say, gosh, I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm letting the whole world down. I mean, you may be going home and telling your family, this woman's a nut, but
No.
At least I get that opportunity to, to say to somebody who's supposed to not be judging me.
This is a judgment-free zone, and let me tell you, you are not alone. A lot of people have the same feelings. Again, about 85% or more. The number seems to be increasing all the time. So this is not rare. This is not out of the blue. This is very common. So you are not alone. I promise you. Absolutely not a failure as a mother whatsoever. I'm so happy that you want to do everything for your baby and be there for your baby for everything. But I think it'd be great to let your husband step in and for you to be doing a little bit of self-care once in a while so that you can just be the best mom you can be too. So we can work on things like that. I think it's a good idea too, getting a good night's sleep, getting some good solid rest. We can talk about mindfulness, meditation, yoga. Do you do anything like that right now?
No, it's just my mind just wanders, I just feel like I can't focus on anything. And I think part of that may be because I'm so tired all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, my thoughts are just negative. If I sit down and try to think good thoughts, then it just goes to where, well, you ought to get up washing the dishes, or you ought to get up and do some laundry. So, it's hard to stay positive about anything right now.
Yeah, I think sleep will have a large part to do in that. And also with exercising. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins and it puts you in a better mood automatically. And the fresh air is just so good for you in so many ways. So the first thing we should definitely work on is getting some sleep. And then we can try to that'll energize you a little more. And we can try to maybe get on a schedule where we can get you walking with some neighborhood people. I know there's mom groups out there. We'll get you connected with one that can kind of get you back into your walking habit. You'll be with people you feel comfortable around. So I feel like that would be a good step that we can work on. And then for support, you had mentioned the church and neighbors. Do you have anybody that that you're able to talk to or see weekly to kind of help you through things as well?
Oh yeah, the lady next door to me is an older lady, or her kids live far away, and I mean, she's always offering, if you just need a little bit of time, bring the baby over, I'll come over. And so, I mean, I know I should take her up on it. We've been neighbors for years. I trust her. So I know if I just would take her up on it, she would do whatever I needed to help me.
Yeah, I think that's a great option. And not only that, but if she has kids that aren't in the area, it might be really good for her to spend some time with the baby. It might really be uplifting and positive experience for her, especially if she's been offering numerous times. I think that's a great option for you. And that might even just give you an hour or so to shower, to do the dishes, like an hour to vacuum without feeling like you have to constantly be with the baby if the baby cries or if it needs anything, that you're being distracted. So it'd be good for you to have an hour or two to just have some you time, whether you're doing a yoga video, reading a book, doing some dishes, whatever it might need. You just have a little bit of quiet time for yourself. And I think it'd be good for your baby too, for socializing, and good for your neighbor to have like the baby around. So I think that's a good option. You should probably maybe try to take her up on it a little bit. Maybe try it once and just see how it goes.
Okay, I could do that. Hey, I want to ask you a question, and I know you can't, share specifics about people because it's all confidential, but I mean, there are really other people like me that, feel like they're failing and being a parent.
Yeah, so I will also give you some information for support groups in the area, because so many people are going through what you're going through, that it would be really good for you to be connected, as well as with the walking group, with a group of mothers that are kind of going exactly what you're going through. And believe me, there's a lot of them. So it'd be good to share your stories, kind of feel supported through them. And then I think you were saying before you felt like a failure, you'll realize with all these other people going through what you're going through that it's very normal. So I think that would be a little bit of a confidence boost for you too, knowing that you're not alone, you're not by yourself. So I will give you some information about that. Massachusetts also has MCPAP, which I will give you some information about, that is all about like postpartum blues, stuff that you're going through. So that's another avenue for some help if you choose to go that route as well.
Okay,
I think both of those would be good for you. So I think before we would get together in the following weeks, I think it'd be good for you to maybe talk to your neighbor. I think it would be maybe have a little bit of you time set aside at least once a week where you can be getting some of your stuff done. Like even if your neighbor's into walking, that would be a good person that you trust to walk with, that if you were having negative thoughts, you have somebody there that's a positive influence that you trust that would be with you. And then I think like doing group therapy with people that are all going through what you're going through would be a great thing for you as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I mean, I just felt like, I made all this planning. I had the cute maternity clothes, all these presents, so excited.
Yeah.
And then
It'll get better for you.
Okay, okay. I'm looking forward to it.
How's your diet been too? Have you been eating well and taking care of yourself in that aspect?
Well, I'm trying to lose the baby weight. And so like one day I'm like, okay, I'm not eating. So I go all day without eating, and then I'm starving. And so I eat like 5,000 calories in 1 hour before I go to bed at night. So
what kind of, are we talking good calories, like avocado toast calories? Are we talking how much Sunday calories?
Like Little Debbie calories.
Okay. Processed sugars and some of like the prepackaged foods definitely are not the best options, and they can affect your mood too. So it might be great when you're out doing grocery shopping to get some really healthy foods. And it's hard with a newborn. You constantly don't have a lot of time. Sometimes you can only eat here and there. So like quick finger food type things would be a great thing to get that are healthy, that you can kind of eat on the go here and there, whether it's healthy granola bars, carrot sticks, like something that you like that you're going to eat, but that will keep you healthy, because sleeping as well as nutrition and exercise are some major things that are going to put you in a better mood, make you more energized, and just make you feel like a better mom, and will help us get back on track with a good schedule and all of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that. Maybe I can ask my neighbor to watch the baby for a couple hours, and I'll go to Whole Foods and get some good healthy foods, and maybe plan out some good meals so that there's something there to eat when I get hungry.
That sounds amazing. And if you feel like you still want that when the neighbor's watching the baby, some of your me time, I know they have Instacart and a bunch of new things out that are pretty cheap. I believe it's like $1 or $2, and they will ship the groceries to you. So you can pick them online, and then like your local Stop and Shop, Market Basket, Whole Foods, they'll bring them to you. So that's kind of a time saver that could be helpful, where you'll get healthy food, and then you won't have to waste any of your me time if you're not into grocery shopping.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that. I'll try that.
Definitely an option. And then what can I be helping you with? Is there anything any questions you have for me, or anything that, in addition, that I can help you out with right now?
I think I'd like to try the support group this week.
Yeah.
If I could go to that, I just would really like to hear from somebody else that this is not hopeless, somebody that's just had a baby, and and is struggling with the same thing, so that I know there's other people like me out there.
Yep, I'll give you all that information right when you leave, as well as the information from MCPAT, because there's also a lot of statistics, information, a lot of videos from other mothers. So that's also some great information for you, so that you kind of understand how common this is.
Oh, okay, good. That'll help.
Okay, that sounds great. So moving forward for next week, just to wrap it up, I think it'd be great if we can just have a conversation with the neighbor, see if maybe there's a day, try it out for the day, have her watch, the baby for an hour or two, see how it goes. We'll try to get you involved, like a mother walking group with some people that you know and trust, as well as we'll do the group therapy session. We'll try for one of those, and then we'll touch base in the next session and see how it went for you. And we'll go from there.
Okay, that's great. I can't wait to come back in next week.
Great, Jess. Well, I'm really excited. I think we got some good goals and homework set up for us, and we will see you next week.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay, now I'm going to stop the recording, okay?
Okay.
Okay.